my name is Mark and welcome to my channel. Join me all year round, week in, week out, come rain or shine, and together we'll be fishing for pleasure. Well, hello troops, welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time, welcome to the channel. And it's another day, another drain. We're on a Fenland drain. We're after pike and it's overcast, mild, wind's right in my face, 4,000 steps ferrying the gear backwards and forwards from the car. So I've putting a bit of graft just to get into the swim. So we're all set up, got 3 rods out. I'll run through the swim with you and the rods in a second. Whew, yeah, hard work, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. I didn't realise I was going to fish this far away from the car, otherwise I would have bought the barra, but I did. What? Bees are still out. That shows you how mild it is. Yeah, so we're on a Fenland drain and it is one of my favourites, the middle level, and we're fishing in 18 foot of water. As I say, it's been a bit of a hefty slog getting to the swim, but we're all set up. We've got the rods out, got 2 pike rods out and 1 Zander rod at the moment. We'll see how things progress the afternoon and the day pans out, but at the moment, yeah, 3 rods, happy. We've had a good run lately. We've had some nice pikes and big decent fish, but you know, I have to change things up. I'm not one of those people that can sit and fish in the same swim week in, week out. I've got to move about. I've got to try and hunt down the bigger fish, the better fish, and you know, so I've had some good success so far on the rivers. Time to target some drains and some Zander. Still, you know, I'm determined this winter to smash my PB on my Zander front. You know, I still never had a double figure one. I've had 22. I keep checking. I've had 22 fish in the 9 pound bracket. And yeah, I ain't had a Zander for 2 or 3 years now, so I'm going to concentrate a lot this year, as I said, trying to get my Zander PB up, but the pike are never far away when you're Zander fishing. So as I say, I've got, at the moment it's broad daylight, I'll see what's around. I've got 2 pike rods out, 1 Zander rod out. Let me show you the swim, let's get cracking. Right hand rod's the margin rod at the moment, just off the edge of the reeds, 14 foot water. That is a paternostered smelt. Got me running water paternoster rigs on. Don't know what it's like with the mitten crabs. They're a problem everywhere, so I can't see why this stretch or this swim's any different to all the others. There's the middle rod. That's a static dead on the deck, a whole herring. Been producing the big fish for me at the moment. That rig, we'll see. And it gets torn to pieces by nuisance crustaceans. And the left hand rod, that's a paternostered roach. That's 3 or 4 rod lengths out on the left hand side. Again, that's in 18 foot water. just got the baits out quickly, got the rods out quickly, and I can start moving around every half hour as I always do. So yes, at the moment, left hand rod, paternostered roach, middle rod, static dead, whole herring, right hand rod, paternostered smelt. As you can see, slight ripple on the water, so the wind's blowing right in my face. Plenty of cloud cover. You see what the day brings. Bloody cormorant going over. We've had one abortive run on that centre rod on the static dead. Well, it ran with it for about, the float moved a good 10 foot. I wound down, but wound down into thin air. So bait come back a bit chewed. So that's the only rod that's seen a bit of activity, the static dead. I've just boosted it with sardine oil. Been fishing about 2 hours now. That was about an hour ago, so it was an hour into the session we've had a run. So I suppose that's a bonus, positive. But we didn't convert it, so that's a negative. But that wind's dropped off now. The sun has broken the cloud up as well. Is it pike conditions? I don't know. Is it Zander conditions? I don't know. But we're going to find out. So I've been rotating the baits far, near, different angles. And that middle rod is in 20 foot of water. Drops down to about 21 in the middle. Got plenty of depth there. Water clarity is this quite clear, so I've boosted the baits to see that extra attractant in the water draws anything in. Well troops, it's almost dark. We've had one abortive run to show for our efforts so far. It's, I say, it's about half hour and it'll be pitch black. Settle down, sit on the rods for a few hours, see if the Zander put in an appearance. Should probably reel in about midnight, have a few hours kip, and then go at it again heavy and hard at 4 AM. So yeah, it's not been the greatest afternoon. We've had such a good start to the season though, so You know, it's unusual for us not to bag something, but it's early yet. Zander, this is their time. The Zander, you always get a run from the pike, whatever venue you're on about this time, the old witching hour. So it's fingers crossed. Just reposition the baits. As I say, I'm going to have a nice hot cup of coffee, a banana, a few rich tea to dunk in there, and then we'll I reckon we'll score. Dawn gets later and later this time of year, but it is dawn. Very still, very overcast, plenty of mist in the air. What sort of dawn is it? Is it a piker's dawn, or is it a blanker's dawn? We have a few hours to catch ourselves a fish before it's time to go home. Wasn't a very productive night. One run, about 9:30. So not much activity at all. Let's see if first light brings us the Zander we're after, or a big pike. Well, what can you say, troops? We've had a very unproductive night. The whole session really. We had one run during daylight hours on the static dead. That was a whole herring. Come back chewed up, but there was no, the fish was never on. So, and we had one run during the night about 9:30. Now I'm pretty sure that was a Zander. I mean, it hit the roach lightning fast. As soon as it felt the resistance, let go, and that was it. That's all we've had. So yeah, it's not been great. Got a couple of hours left of the session, first couple of hours of this morning, and I promised to be home. So it's looks like the quest for a PB Zander has gone out the window again for another session. But very low light levels. The mist and fog is hanging around quite late, so hopefully, you never know. Well, we've got the right hand side, we've got a smelt on a running water paternoster rig. Middle rod, we've got the roach on a running water paternoster rig, and on the left hand rod we've got the whole herring on static dead on the deck. Wasn't pestered last night with any nuisance stuff. One of the smelts come back half eaten during the night, but other than that there was no bib from crabs and stuff. So maybe I could have stuck a second bait on the deck really, but so we've got a few hours left, hopefully productive couple of hours, you never know. called it a piker's dawn this morning. It looked like it would do a run or do a fish, but we haven't even had a twitch of the line yet. So head down, concentrate. I've got to watch the tips of them rods. That's what I always do. I watch the tips of my rods. You know, I've got a float and I've got an alarm, but the line from the tip of your rod to the water, that's the giveaway sign. That lets you know when something's about to happen. But at the moment, nothing's happened. Let's crack on. Well, what can I say? It's time to pack up, and I'm going to pack up slowly. I haven't had anything. I think it's important sometimes to show the hard times. This is my 5th Zander session now. A couple on the Great Ooze and a couple on here that I haven't filmed and published, and they've all been blanks. But I think it's important to show that it's not always a case of turning up and catching. Sometimes, you know, this fishing lark's a bit a bit hard and a bit draining. So we've had I enjoy myself, always enjoy myself on the bank. But yeah, no cigar. It's strange, you know, all night we had one run, didn't have any nuisance stuff, eels or the worst thing, the mitten crabs. And then 9 o'clock this morning, I could see me float on the static dead moving about, and I thought, I don't look right. Reeled in, yeah, and half of it was eaten. So broad daylight they come out, at night when you expect them they don't. So as I say earlier, I put that on a kebab rig. I ain't had any interest in it. I've got 4,000 steps now to ferry all my stuff back to the car in 3 trips. So I know it's that's my exercise for the year, let alone a blinking day. So yeah, thanks for watching, troops. Sorry, no fish. It was a hard, tough session, but enjoyable. But you know, that's fishing, you don't always catch. And I think it's important to highlight that. You know, there's so many, I'm not having to go at anyone, there's so many videos out there where everything is perfect. But life's not like that, and today we've struggled. You never know. If I get a blank saver, it'd be on after this. But other than that, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Maybe like watching paint dry, I don't know, but that's everyday fishing, and that's what this channel's about. Just everyday fishing for pleasure. We go out, we tackle the elements, we tackle the venues, and sometimes it pays off, sometimes it don't. See you real soon. Tight lines. Well, troops, I've learned some tough lessons this trip and previous trips. What I'm doing is simply not working. Scaled down pike tactics are not working. The paternostered rigs are not working. I had one good run last night from a Zander. No, it was a Zander by the bite. Lightning fast. As soon as it felt the resistance, it let go of it. So what I've got to do is no more of this scaled down pike nonsense. Next trip, dedicated Zander rigs, and target them properly and do it properly. You know, you can't do things half-heartedly, so it's tough lessons learned, but you learn from your mistakes. If you don't learn from your mistakes, you're going to stand still. So out the window, paternoster rigs for Zander. Out the window, scaled down pike tactics for Zander. And I've got one little cunning plan up my sleeve for it. I've been working on a couple of seasons ago and I abandoned, but I'm going to go back to. And we'll see in the next video, in the next Zander video, if it pays off.